Okay, so back at it again. So, I know y'all wanted to see real close on my face and stuff because I'm cute. So, it's funny how my first videos was some random common sense, but like, I forgot that I was doing. Well, no, I knew I was gonna do this. This is why I made my video the way how I made it. But anyways, so it's been a little over a month since my last counseling session. I think it was like December 19th. I think it was, and we're going on to 2 months. So why I'm bringing this up? Because like, obviously you don't care, but for if this could help someone else, I, I think it would be beneficial to explain or to tell how my recovery process is, how I am dealing with life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might have the same situation with PTSD and depression, or maybe you may have anything. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to overcome it, I feel like it is important if maybe you might know what's ahead. So like, first of all, that first week, that next Tuesday, I was a little lost. I wasn't sure if I should go back, even though I know that she was on vacation. I still felt, well, she's not here. My counselor, that is. So it was still a little awkward. And then when that day, because she told me after she came back, if we could continue, going on like month to month, just to make sure everything's okay. You know what I mean? Because my situation got a little bit less severe when suicide came into play and hospitalization. Nothing pretty. But so she thought that, you seem to be doing better since October, which is when I went to the hospital. So basically, January 8th, let me know if we need to continue this or if you are okay. And if something happens, 6 months down the line, we can start a new session, whatever. Because it's a 6 month program, free. And she told me, January 8th comes. Sorry, I like to stutter a lot. This is what happens when you don't prepare. January 8th comes, and I was a little nervous. I was a little scared, and I felt a little uneasy, like almost if I allow these thoughts and feelings to not manifest, but to take control, I could have easily went into a panic attack because I went to her every Tuesday for 6 months. You know what I mean? Before I almost forgot that I had a appointment, and now I can't see myself without my appointment. And but then, like I said before, it's nice to not have some place to go. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how I'm gonna get there, how much gas is there, even though it's maybe $2 in gas. That shit adds up. But it was just a little nerve wracking because what if I have something new happen? Like, for instance, January 8th comes around and I start seeing somebody. You know what I mean? Think in November, I started seeing this person, he completely ghosted me. Now, really quick backstory about that, to show that I have grown. In August, I completely gave myself to a person by accident. It was supposed to be just some random hookup, and I gave myself to this person. 3 days later, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I went back to his girlfriend with a baby, which I didn't know that he had. You know what I'm saying? It was all this bullshit, crying, all this stuff. It may seem simple. It may seem stupid. Okay, well, it's only 3 days. He already had a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? That's your dumbass fault. Of course. It didn't work out that way. Abandonment issues came up. My father came and saw my new apartment that I had. He wasn't really impressed. So all this hard work to get my own place, he didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? He wasn't there anyway. He's barely been there. So it's all these simple things that just turn into this whole big fiasco. But so November comes around, I see this new guy. I wouldn't say I did the same thing. I partially did the same thing. I told him pretty good intimate details about myself, and then I didn't hear from him for 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, and I was fine. No big deal. I handled it correctly. I wasn't going to see anybody else because, obviously, I'm still making the same mistakes, and I'm not really in the mood for Tinder right now. This is just stupid. And then I texted him, saying, so what happened? Why did you just ghost me? I thought everything was cool. And he goes like, oh, I had a setback. Not really good explanation, but that's all I can give you right now. You deserve more than that, but that's where I'm at right now. So I was gonna send this long text, but like I said, I just met this dude 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? A little bit longer than him, but I've only seen him 2 times. So it was more. So then after that, I'm just, were you gonna tell me? And then I didn't hear from him. I was done. Another 2 weeks passed, and I'm back on Tinder, looking for a hookup or whatever the case may be. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. I handled that much better. You know what I'm saying? Even though he did the same thing that the old dude did. Same thing. And I handled it a whole lot better. So my counseling sessions worked. I figured out new coping mechanisms. I figured out, from like emotional standpoint and a thinking standpoint. If you didn't see that, let's try that again. Emotional standpoints and a thinking standpoint, I realized how to be optimal, and which is good, which is great. It's awesome. So I've learned how to deal with such situations. But in the same or similar situation, I handle it a whole lot better. You know. So basically, point being that is I've learned from my counseling sessions. I've used it. I didn't need her, you know what I'm saying, even though it's like within the time, but I don't even think I brought it up in counseling, to be honest. I don't remember talking about him because he wasn't that important then. How I handled it was very important to me because how I dealt with my emotional situations was great. I didn't need her. I mean, she gave me the tools that I needed for what I needed, and I used them. You know what I'm saying? So not that I didn't need her, but I used my tools. So I'm learning, and now after he did wind up explaining, we started talking again. Whole different side of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna get into that. Let's just say it's a lot better than what it was. There was an actual real setback, so it was cool. He wound up explaining to me a lot. And now that's a whole new situation that I kind of wish I was talking to my counselor about. You know what I mean? Because I've not been dating after I've been working on my PTSD and depression. I've not been, you know, I've not been in this situation. Never had a boyfriend. I haven't had a boyfriend in 3 years. So this is new for me. But it's basically the same thing. Coping. When something arises, deal with it. And if you can't, ask for help. So I've already told all of I've told all of my friends who are in my safety plan. Whatever you have a safety plan, you want to reevaluate. Make sure, if people are your safety plan, then cool. If places are your safety plan, make sure it's up to date. Make sure it's ready for you to go. If you're ready to go kill yourself, whatever the case may be, I'm laughing and smiling, but like, it's real. You need to make sure you have those safety plans. That's what counseling was for. Help you cope, if safety plan if needed, give you all these tools that are available to you so you can help yourself. Because counseling is not, they're not there to fix you. They're there to guide you. It's like a GPS. They are guiding you to your set destination, not theirs, yours. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be the one to drive. Otherwise, you just have a set destination and you're not even moving. You have to get there. You have to go through traffic. You have to go through crazy people. You have to go through somebody almost hitting you. You have to go through all of that. They're just guiding you. When they tell you, this is, it's not me. I didn't do anything. You put in all the work. You did. You have to want to fix yourself. You have to want to go there. So, and these are the tools that I have, and I use them. So when I started talking to him and things started getting serious, started to get serious, I told my friends, look, y'all need to watch me. Okay, everything's fine. I'm good. I'm using my skills, but I need to make sure that I'm okay. And the best way to make sure that I'm okay is to tell you guys things that I would normally not tell you in the first place. I wouldn't want to tell you this because I don't want you guys to get any ideas until I knew this was serious. And I just 86 that completely, just told them anyway. So, how am I doing? Everything okay? If I'm being absent, call. Make sure I'm not missing. If he's taking up all my time, then good. You know what I'm saying? Not good, but you know what I mean? Is make sure that he's the one that's causing this me absent and me not just being depressed in a hole somewhere, trying to find my way out with a knife. So it's difficult. It's difficult only because I haven't had such strong emotions in 3 years. Besides that dude in August, you know what I mean? And then that one was silly. It shouldn't have happened. But whatever, it happened for a reason. Because now I know that I was not okay, and I needed that setback so I can realize that I need extra help. But back to my point. So basically, there's some things up a little bit from here to there, from there to here. I've learned how to use my coping mechanisms. You know what I'm saying? I've learned how to use my tools. I've reevaluated my safety plan when new things are happening. You know what I mean? When new things for me are happening, I've just reevaluated my safety plan, make sure they know what's going on, especially if it's going to be emotionally charged, because relationships, and love, they're going to be emotionally charged. It's inevitable. Work is work. You know what I mean? Like, some people work it's just stressful, which is stressful being at a job that's going nowhere, and working with people who can't help you. You know what I'm saying? Or working with people who don't care who you are, what you are, and why you are there. You know what I mean? Especially when we're not gonna get into that. But I express my stresses about work to people who I can talk to about it. You know, I do things to relieve stress. I do things to make myself happy. I try new things. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping myself busy, and I'm relaxing when I need to. And if I'm relaxing when I want to, I am doing things for me. You know what I mean? So that is still happening. That is still going on, and I don't like my hair. And it's already been almost 12 minutes. So anyway, that is still happening. Have I had the urges to call her? Yes, only because she gives me a professional point of view. You know what I mean? But I have not, only because I know I'm probably just gonna have to have a whole ass session with her, and I ain't really doing that. It's not really about that life. So I'm just basically just going back to me, going through the recesses of my brain. What do I think is best? What do I think she would say? What do I think my friends would say? You know what I mean? Just basically, what would I do? Have a good day, sir. Basically, how should I go about this situation? And if I need to calm down to get to my thinking mind, then I'll do so. And it's actually reassuring to validate yourself. It's actually very reassuring to know that you can go to you for your own answers. Yeah, I've like some of my friends have gotten a little twisted that I don't need you to tell me how to run my life. If I want to do something stupid and reckless in this relationship, that's what I want to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want you to make sure that you are giving me the information that you see from the outside. Let me know what is happening if I don't see it. And after that, you just really there's nothing else you can do. You give me your opinion, you give me your suggestions, and that's it. Now I can take that information and I can see how I can apply it to my life. And if I can't apply it, then I can't apply it. And if I can, then I will. But I don't have to do what you say. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't done anything stupid yet. The motherfucker ain't moved in yet. He's not. You know what I'm saying? We're being very careful because we both have emotional issues. So, and he's undiagnosed. So, but I have been pretty good. I've had panic attacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm still taking my medication. But the panic attacks were manageable. They were, I wouldn't say tolerable, but I could manage them. Sometimes I just wanted to cry it out. Other times I just need to just get to my happy place. And I've talked to my safety plans about it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I don't feel my life is in danger, especially not by myself. So, things that you would want to look out for. It's basically new challenges, new experiences, and how to deal with them. How to approach them, and to remember that you can deal with them and approach them. It may not be easy, but do not judge yourself. Don't judge your thoughts. Where I think at this point I am past that myself. I have a hard time with that, especially when they're new and I'm going back to familiar tendencies and going back to familiar habits, common habits, where I just want to just shut myself down, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, if those are my thoughts, those are my thoughts. Express how I feel and then move on. You know what I'm saying? Be open to how I feel. Be open to have food cooking. Be open to my new experiences and just make sure I'm carefully analyzing them. Well, thanks for watching thus far. I hope this has helped you. And if not, I hope you enjoyed watching it. It wasn't a complete waste of time. I kind of like just doing this. It's pretty fun. I don't know. I talk to myself a lot anyway, so why not do it? And on a video. Take care.